It's Patrick Hutzel from IntensiveCareHotline.com, where we instantly improve the lives of families of critically ill patients in intensive care, so that you can have peace of mind, real power, real control, and so that you can influence decision making fast, even if you're not a doctor or a nurse in intensive care. Here you learn the first steps towards peace of mind, control, power and influence in any situation in intensive care. Remember, you, your family and your critically ill loved one are in a unique and once-in-a-lifetime situation. Unique and once-in-a-lifetime situations require unique and different responses. Given that you and your family are stressed, overwhelmed, challenged, frustrated, paralyzed by fear, vulnerable and out of your comfort zone, that's why I created this free IntensiveCareHotline.com mini course for you. This free mini course gives you a blueprint for peace of mind, control, power and influence whilst your loved one is critically ill in intensive care. Now, as a matter of fact, 99% of families of critically ill patients in intensive care have no peace of mind, no control, no power and no influence. But you are well on your way to belong into that tiny little 1% bracket of families of critically ill patients in intensive care who can have peace of mind, control, power and influence, and it'll give you an edge and an unfair advantage. Think about it. You can't really afford getting things wrong when you're having a loved one critically ill in intensive care. After more than 15 years intensive care nursing in 3 different countries, and after having worked with literally thousands of critically ill patients and their families in intensive care, I decided to show you how you can use what I have learned over the many years to your advantage. Whatever your situation is, whether your critically ill loved one is very unstable and in a very critical condition, or is in a life-threatening situation, or is in intensive care for long-term treatments and long-term stays, or if they're having a severe traumatic head or brain injury, or even if they are approaching their end of life in intensive care. This free IntensiveCareHotline.com mini course, a blueprint for peace of mind, control, power and influence whilst your loved one is critically ill in intensive care, with 4 short videos where you will discover how you can manage yourself and the intensive care team better, and you will discover how to avoid the mistakes that families of critically ill patients are constantly making and they are unaware of, and it's holding them back from peace of mind, control, power and influence. You will learn what you need to do in the most challenging and difficult circumstances there are in intensive care. And I will show you what's happening behind the scenes in intensive care and how it impacts on the positioning of your critically ill loved one's diagnosis and prognosis by the intensive care team, and also how it impacts on the treatment and on the care your critically ill loved one is receiving or not receiving, so that you will ultimately have peace of mind, control, power and influence. In those 4 short videos, you will discover how you can effectively deal with the most challenging, frustrating, scary, stressful and overwhelming situations where you feel the most vulnerable. I show you proven strategies and tactics that are shortcuts for you to have peace of mind, control, power and influence whatever situation and challenge you, your family and your critically ill loved one are facing, and no matter how powerful you think the intensive care team is, and no matter how difficult you think this situation is. I will show you how you can take the perceived barriers down that hold families of critically ill patients back from having peace of mind, control, power and influence. Each short video will focus on the most important aspects that you need to manage effectively whilst your loved one is critically ill in intensive care, and I will show you what you need to do in order to get peace of mind, power, control and influence. The 4 areas in the 4 short videos that you will learn about are: number 1, managing yourself and the intensive care team. Number 2, avoiding mistakes you are making and you are unaware of, and doing the right things. The 3rd video is about peace of mind, control, power and influence, even in the most challenging of circumstances that you, your family and your critically ill loved one are facing in intensive care. And the last video will be about intensive care's hidden secrets behind the scenes that the intensive care team keeps away from you at any cost, and other families of critically ill patients have no clue about those secrets. Everything I teach is killer content, and everything you learn will help you exponentially to get towards peace of mind, control, power and influence whilst your loved one is critically ill in intensive care. So enter your email below and I'll send you the first video straight away into your inbox, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.